mental refreshment looks... What is it this time?
When even scavengers are falling on hard times, you know the situation's dire.
Spy movement! Waste of my valuable time.
Purple berry crunch, except no imitations. The K lets you know it's
I've been bartering with defectors. Traded one force rocket for a whole tin of prestige force flow. Straight up.
And?
Protectorate folks must have been bored out of their skulls before we showed up. Now life in Fairfield's a real shindig.
Ah, Inez. Have you come back for a tune-up?
No, I actually brought...
Oh, these...
Yeah.
Since Doc's given her blessing, the Mantis Swarm Hive, however, would be best for crowd control. Say the word, and I'll sick these little guys on any enemy in our vicinity. I'm intrigued by either option, really. Hive it is. Just refrain from any buzzing jokes.
Oh, the mantis swarm is a wonderful choice. Hold still, dear. There. I dare say you won't be needing any tune-ups in the near future. But I do trust you'll find an excuse to come by for the occasional visit. By the by, where did you find these parts? What is it, dear? You look, well, a bit like you've been stung by a terror ray. I've got ointment for that too, you know. Whatever do you mean? The program was shut down more than 6 months ago. Any further funding would be in direct violation of Auntie's orders.
It was off the books, Doc. We found a grafting lab way out on Cloister, still operational. Law. I ain't seen horrors like that in my life. They were brutalizing folk and creatures, paying them no mind, giving them no honor even if they succumbed to the process. The doctor there, he killed a friend of mine. And you're telling me you knew nothing of it?
Inez, I swear I didn't. That sounds... Oh, Sovereign's mercy, that sounds precisely like what I would protest with every breath.
The creatures they were experimenting on broke out of their cages, killed most of the staff. But you know what's worse? Keeping a dead soldier's body on display. Like a thing. I found the doctor in charge, still alive. We spoke briefly, and I allowed him to live. On the condition that he redeems himself and uses his research for good.
But this ain't the extent of it, I fear. I need to find out who's responsible for all this.
Oh, Inez, I know you do. But with the program officially shuttered, it would be awfully difficult to ascertain which individual has the pockets to fund such a... Wait. Yes, that does shed light on a correspondence I received recently. A vice president sent a message asking for my presence and scientific expertise to discuss a unique opportunity. I found the secrecy odd at the time, but I do suppose it lines up with... His name is Willard Conan, VP of Experimental Operations. The very man who was...
I just mean to have a little chat. I will be asking Willard to reform the grafting program. You heard from Dr. Rasmussen, right? I spared him and his research for this purpose.
You honor me. I did receive a message from a Rasmussen, yes. He is on his way with research to hand over to me. But I will help you. Vice President Conan's office is aboard the Undisputed Claim, the flagship of Auntie's choice. I do not know where exactly, as I've never been, but it's my understanding that you will need to present this calling card to gain entry. Inez, what you are doing is noble, and I wish you the greatest of successes.
Thank you, Doc. Now, you get those grafting tools ready, because I ain't intending to fail.
fortune! Our technician manifests at last. Halt there. You match the description of the technician we have been vigilantly awaiting, but as they say, assumptions made are mistakes readied. Present yourself, so that I may take the measure of you. Evidently so. Satellites from our magnificent Hyperion reticulum do not tumble so gracefully. Some might label me mistrustful. It raises doubt you are even who you presume to be. Both the corporatists and those underhanded smugglers, sub rosa, have attempted to infiltrate our... Not that they have ever been truly successful, of course. The Protectorate is mightily impregnable. There is no mistaking the zeal and ardor in your voice. You may have...
Commander, I've been thinking. Can I bend your ear a moment?
Back at Winter's Grasp, I found someone was continuing Anais, Sir Bujold's research. I had Val set the location on our map. Inquire away. I may even respond. Our department employed a variety of... Some were All corrections can take time. Even delay. May all our endeavor.
People are gonna start to talk. Aren't you reliable? There, all done. Was there anything else you wish to discuss? No need to wait for permission. Ask them. So you've heard of us. My primary task has been to watch the Order. But I'm confident my superiors would agree. I was assigned to the Order as a girl. Then if I had to theorize, Sub Rosa must have... My left... All jesting aside, no.
I look forward to the reclamation of the Hyperion web. Now, how might we be of use to one another? Yes! Excellent! Take that, reductionists! You're horrid. Don't tell anyone about that outburst, please. Here's something to keep you quiet. Not by a factor of thousands. I've informed the... I'm sure I don't need to say that. Let's pinpoint what you and I can accomplish for the Order.
Good to see you again. I had hoped we could speak earlier, but since the unfortunate... When you go in to speak with the presiding bishop, please raise the issue with her. I assure you this is the correct thing to do. For yourself, for us, for one, having the... And if you might consider an appeal to your bet... Farewell. Be the statistical exception to the...
The Order has always proclaimed patience as a virtue, but I am pleased my waiting is finally at its endpoint. For so long, you have only existed as numerical values on a chart. A bright star in a constellation of possibilities, as it were. Now with your arrival, the Order nears the totality of its goals, provided you are willing to stay aligned with our cause. Faith is trust without evidence. You deserve far more than that. Now then, I gather you already know who I am, but science has shown that good manners strengthen developing relationships by 5.3%. So, allow me to introduce myself. I am Ruth Bassar, third presiding bishop of the Order of the Ascendant, supreme calculator, and, plan willing, the architect of Arcadia's prosperous future. I admit, when I sent my initial message, I did not exactly know who its recipient would be. But I trusted the plan, and lo and behold, it provided you as the solution. Your recent exploits at Greater Tranquility Station have certainly made for compelling reading material. Confronting an assassin, and thereby sparing the delegates' lives before the rift inexplicably destroyed the station? Such a commendable effort is worthy of acknowledgement. Yes, by all reports it was. But the plan evidently has greater outcomes prepared for Vicar Levin. He is, at that. I consider him a close personal friend, and I cannot say that about many. However, there's something of even greater import we must discuss. I just received the most curious transmission from Auntie Cleo. She wishes to discuss a partnership of sorts, and I heard you were the source of this plot. I must admit I have significant doubts about colluding with an entity like Auntie's Choice. Why should the Order agree to even entertain the possibility? Levin's methodology is usually faultless, and it would be a pity to scrap so much fine preparatory work. Auntie Cleo has already proposed a secure conference room on board the Undisputed Claim for our use. I will await your arrival there to mediate.
Failed to cite her work completely. I worked with presiding Bishop Orlo, you know. Now there was a serious scientician.
Welcome back, Agent. Is there some evaluation I can do for you? As I told you in my message, their interpretation of the data was at odds with mine. I forbade them taking action. To no avail, obvious. Call it proof of Laplace. It saddens me to see the garden so despoiled by our wartime. Oh, the Laureate Council simply draws a name out of a hat. Yes, there is in reality, I was recommended for my position by the preceding bishop. Paired with my skills as a seer, I was the may you achieve
Have an intellectually stimulating day.
Emergency protocols ready. We've suffered extensive damage, Commander. Medic, please!
Injuries detected. How may this unit assist you?
Be the statistical exception to the natural state of entropy. Entropy in the universe.
Any news from the field? Any further progress? Well, pleasure doing business with you.
Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of all.
Look who it is, the instigator of this little affair. Her mathematicalness should be along soon, unless the leader of the Order's too busy crunching numbers to attend to business.
There we are. Apologies for the delay. We were resolving some technical issues. Cloister's atmosphere has a tendency to...
Oh, yes. Regale us with a thorough account of Cloister's atmosphere. Spare no detail.
This must be Auntie Cleo's trademark wit. I expected better.
Attention, valued employees. Auntie here to brighten your workday with a report on just how much money
Why, I don't know what you're referring to, I'm sure. Compared to how I treat my staff, I'm being a peach.
If I was discourteous, I apologize. So long as our mediator proves up to the task, surely we can remain civil. If not, these negotiations may prove short indeed.
Sales of new and improved stimulants and nutrition supplements are up 11% quarter-over-quarter.
Auntie, perhaps you should start us off.
From where I'm positioned, I sense 3 sore points still in need of massage. Point 1, control of the archive. Point 2, oversight of production and distribution of skip cores. And point 3, management of Rift technology.
Before we go any further, I want it in writing that the Order will take full control of the archive without interference from Auntie's choice.
What? So the Order can set it fruitlessly idling for another few centuries? We would put it to far more practical use. Imagine the marketing strategies it could develop.
I would sever my own hand before giving custody of the archive over to a corporation. Humanity's ascension depends on its calculations. No, such a condition is out of the question.
Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that Auntie's Choice Society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decide what its subjects get, we respond to what you want.
I am amenable to that proposition. Less work on our part.
I'm waiting to hear an argument that would support such a ludicrous proposal.
No one said anything about paying, but, it would be a pittance compared to the future profits we might derive.
Involving money in science seems questionable. But having access to Auntie's resources would be useful for our research. Fine. Yes, I agree. Reluctantly.
Ruth, I commend you for being so receptive. And
On the subject,
no one...
Where Auntie's Choice manages, the Order would undoubtedly excel.
So you ramp up production?
We would be diligent about who we licensed out the skip drives to. That assumes Auntie's Choice would even abide by some...
Not to worry. We can build a regulatory commission to oversee production and...
I will want to run some calculations. There is still... Although the science is...
The Order would fritter away valuable time endlessly hand-wringing what to do with the technology. Auntie's Choice would actually use it. For good, of course. A 50-50 split. But that's so... equal. Goodwill rarely converts well into bits, but I suppose I do take your point. If Ruth's open to it, I believe I can agree on the general terms here. And, well, we can haggle over minor quibbling details like percentages later.
I shall look forward to brokering the math with you, Cleo. There is one final matter I wish to discuss. I require some chemicals that I have been told are manufactured at a plant on Praetor, controlled by Auntie's choice.
I know which plant you're referring to, Ruth, and what comes out of it is hardly safe for general use. Out of professional curiosity, what could you possibly need with such dangerous compounds? Running a little experiment, are we? On what? Or whom?
That is, quite frankly, none of your concern.
Precisely. Partners don't withhold secrets, although they can and probably should withhold extremely dangerous chemicals if not properly notified of what they will be used for.
I will make no progress with my request without further explanation, will I? While the Archive is an infinitely complex machine, an equally complex apparatus has been... Unfortunately, this headgear exacts a rather tremendous cost on the wearer. A certain panacea is needed to survive it, but I require...
Certainly. Best I'll say is to...
Arriving at any arrangement even remotely equitable with statistics, as am I.
Well, that'll be all for... And do come see me.
One moment. There are still the logistics of recapturing the Archive to consider.
We'll, of course, provide our expert troops to support these efforts. Have your people call my people to sort details. Doodaloo!
Brusque as ever. Auntie's troopers will certainly help us manage the protect, but it would be irrational to expect you to endanger your own life without a more specific strategy in place. Fortunately, I have already given this. First, we must reclaim Spyreton from the enemy. Spyreton once served as the Order's headquarters. Due to it, unlocking and calling that lift can only be done from within the Archive, however. So you will need to infiltrate the Archive by alternate means, via a bridge connected to Newton. Fortunately, I am told you already dealt with the cultists there. Unfortunately, you will still need to find a way past a small rift currently blocking the bridge. Ordinarily, I do not fancy surprises, but you are proving an exception to that rule. With such a device in hand, bypassing the rift should be as rudimentary as pie. And perhaps at some later date, you will also permit our scientists to analyze this gadget at length in one of our labs, provided all goes according to plan. There is a computronical key that you will also need to locate within the Archive called the Calcaduceus. The Calcaduceus grants special access to the Archive. Once it is back in Order hands, we will have full control over its systems once more. Until the Order has control over the Archive again, this discussion is... May you achieve...
Can't believe I just watched peace made between the Order and Auntie's choice. Seems like a dream I'd have after eating too many woolly curds.
Doesn't mean she can't resonate some bottom rung relatability. Business is much like tossball.
It's high time one of you scientist types responded to my calling cards. You want the role, it's yours.
Let me guess. You're backfilling Rasmussen's position?
Both, obvious. Now, do you want the job or not? We're burning starlight.
Seriously? You're playing the long con?
Wonderful. Remind me of your qualifications. I send queries out to every scientist and science tale as old as time, far as I'm concerned.
Well, you should. It's one of you. Look, But after Rasmussen...
I see someone failed out of the anti-Cleo School of Persuasion. Why would I ever pursue something so dull as rad? And in any case, Auntie's Choice has a certain manner of doing business. But there is one small fly in the soup.
When I joined up in Tau Ceti, I helped...
Fine, but I will...
You say that...
I do. He will have all the minute details, of course, but assisting him and demonstrating your... I could...
Hold on.
Heroism...
We've successfully co-opted yet another of our rivals. Can't believe those eggheads accepted the deal. What's next on my agenda?
That outside contractor is here. You requested a brief tete-a-tete.
Ah, there you are. Our fresh-faced new go-getter. We meet in the flesh at last. You've proved quite useful. Keep it up. You'll be going places. You don't seem much put off by my appearance. Good. I have no stomach for those with no stomach regarding me having no stomach. It is, however, something of a brand secret reserved for only the most trusted confidants. And covered in detail buried within the confidentiality clause you agreed to on arrival. I trust this presents no concerns for you, yes?
Well, ain't meaning no disrespect, it's just... Everyone was saying that you were focused on a product launch or avoiding assassination attempts. That's why you weren't seen in public.
Poor dear, believing that erroneous drivel. You do know I have a reputation to maintain. I can't let every rung leech know my condition and open the door for plotting. I ask again, do you have any problems with the previously mentioned stipulations? Oh, careful you. Specious flattery will get you everywhere. Fortunately, when you're the head of an advanced medical technology corporation, you become first in line for any experimental life-preserving procedures. As far as what happened, I was the victim of an unfortunate industrial accident shortly after we arrived here, the details of which are less salient than the details of what comes next.
Ah, such wit. But moving on, we have a mission for you so vital to anti...
We've uncovered in... There what?
Wait.
Yeah.
That?
This is what you signed up for. Tell me, did you also believe that we came here to solely liberate Arcadia and not for its resources? Oh, you did.
Who's that?
I'll have you know, we at Auntie's Choice are far from blood simple. Where's the profit in killing all your enemies when you can co-opt and sell goods to them later? Tut-tut. No, to find me the perfect body, you'll be assailing an inappreciably populated automated automech factory over on Crater. Not just any automechat. That facility, it was the... Make it mine.
There's a sub-facility.
Well then.
Don't let us keep you.
I'm doing some thinking. Didn't realize till Auntie's Choice can't be trusted on their own with the... If they could actually help folk like they claimed they would when they... Ortiz sent me a message because he knew I would take action. Thanks. Maybe this is what... Maybe this...
Good luck, my ameliorator. Good luck, my ameliorator. Remember, you can't spell heinous ascetic without Auntie's Choice.
Enjoy the simple pleasure of watching professional athletes bludgeon each other. Such a relatable interest. See, subordinates, I'm just like you. Until next time, look for me in the Platinum Executive Skybox above the line of scrimmage. Anti-Cleo's was specifically... to what nature inflicts, to offer...
The story of Anti-Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who unfairly stacked the deck against the little person, as they tried with us at Tau Ceti. But did Anti-Cleo take Spacer's choice devious shenanigans lying down? No! Just like our sponsored tossball team, the Anti-Cleo's darlings refused to do when things were down at the end of the sponsorship series against the Spacers Chosen.
I'm Jean Turfer-Tyler, 6th base person for the Anti-Cleo's Darlings. I cleaned Spacers Chosen's goalie at the end of the 56th inning, then made a Sunday goal to win the game. Whenever I see that man's pretty face, I want to cleave his choice. Anti's choice! Darling!
Multi-spectrum
Right back at you!
I'm Anti-Cleo, and I endorse this message. Attention, valued employees. Anti here to brighten your workday with a report on just how much money your toil is netting us. It's time for...
You're the one responsible for us working with these short-sighted consumerists, hmm? Well, it is time, yes, that we commit our forces to your intended assault on Spyreton? Ooh, a change in plan. An unanticipated, strategic refinement. We shall await the signal, but should the situation deteriorate, we will intercede. Our scheduled reinforcements should be here in no time. I'm sure they'll arrive at the most optimum moment. You're the one responsible. It is time, yes, that we commit the predicted hour/minute. Causation determined.
Emergency protocol syringes primed.
Enemy's dead.
You've suffered extensive damage, Commander.
You've You're playing your part.
You're the one responsible for us working with these short-sighted consumers. It is time, yes, that we commit... Ooh, our scheduled reinforcements should be here in no time. I'm sure they'll arrive at the most optimal moment.
When console provides, the system abides. Huh?
Emergency protocol ready. Medic, please! Standing by with life support.
You're the one responsible. It is time, yes, that we... Ooh, our scheduled reinforcements should be here in no time. I'm sure they'll arrive at the most optimum moment.
Emergency protocol syringes primed. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. I have a fix. In the future. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
You're the one responsible for us. It is time, yes, that we the predict anomalous outliers.
Standing by with life support.
Get to your post. You're the one responsible. It is time, yes, that we commit the predicted anomalous outlier.
Standing by with life support.
You're the one responsible for us work. It is time, yes, that we commit the threat assessment. Confirmed.
Standing by.
Better go see.
Suffered extensive damage.
You're the one responsible. It is time, yes, that we commit our forces to your intended assault on Spy. Ooh, our scheduled reinforcements could be here in no time. I'm sure they'll arrive at the most optimal moment.
Emergency
Emergency protocol syringes primed.
You'll try to limit further damage, Commander. Mitigating the threat. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
You're the one. It is time, yes, that we commit. Oh, our scheduled reinforcements should be here in no time. I'm sure they'll arrive at the most optimal moment.
Your trusted source for wholesome melodies and inspiring reports on community goings-on.
The console is personally invested in every member of the Protectorate being happy and healthy.
So we can all do our part under the paradigm's perfect plan for society.
Your job is a virtue. Every part is a song. Every subject ensures a glorious bounty for all.
Enemy in vicinity.
Getting forward!
Hostile in proximity.
Being happy and healthy.
So we can all do our part under the paradigm's perfect plan for society and ensure a glorious bounty for all.
You wouldn't want to let him down, would you? Such as by ingesting
Enemies detected.
Fortifying.
Unless you help me first.
Injecting Earth Directorate Pharmaceutics.
Reacquiring target. Replenishing. Sustain the.
back what's not there. Reviving me is strategically optimal.
Each a vital cog.
Maintaining.
Thank you.
Resuming hostilities. Emergency protocol syringes primed.
No combatant on my scope. Proceeding to attack. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Counter forces detected. Conclusion. Fireton has been liberated.
Protectorate has this sealed. It can only be unsealed near the Archive's entrance, remember?
We see you didn't even require us.
All right, field work without data collection is an idle time pass.
No chance they'll take this place from us again. No how, no way.
Yeah.
Please observe that the archive entry is heavily defended. Consider an alternate means of access to avoid direct protectorate engagement. This unit recommends enabling ally lift access from Spireton, now that we have secured said location for said allies. This unit questions the integrity of your optics. Please direct your attention to the automechanical flanked by fortified infantry.
I'm counting turrets, heavy infantry, at least one automech. Effectively, the works. I seriously recommend discussing alternate plans.
Prudence dictates we repel invasive
All right.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
Assessor Oster making a mess of things again.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
I, too, would never question...
Go for fortification. Consider self-preservation a priority. Medic, please!
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a
Please observe that the archive entry is heavily stealth is one valid course of action. Seeking and acquiring combat the optimal choice.
Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
You are the raw material for...
Assessor Ostergaard making a mess of things again.
To the most exalted vigilant, we must
Combat
fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
I, too, would never question the paradigm. Perhaps a brief visit to mental refreshment would put him on track.
Cherish all we have and defend it.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense at our contentment.
Right suspicious, you ask me.
Fortificator is charged.
Much better!
Vitals critical.
Replenishing my firearm.
Thank you, dear.
Looks like the work of scavengers. Find them, we find the missing part.
Improvised electrical wiring detected. Hypothesizing.
I'll handle
Failure of wiring may lead to the individual responsible for starting. Please observe that the...
Not a bad idea, though I'd also suggest garnering backup. Well, we took Spyreton for them. If we can find a stealthy way to the Spyreton lift controls on this side, we can call them to send down troops.
Refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
The optimal choice.
Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Falling prey to imperfect thoughts? So now.
Yeah!
Prudence dictates. We repel invasive elements.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the protector. We're all in this together.
Prudence dictates. We cherish all we have and defend it.
Our enemies envy our prosperity. To stain our sense of community, they sneer at our contentment.
Individualism in all its many forms.
Preserve said progress. Sustain the system.
Making a mess of things again.
Gray gone astray? Book a stay today.
Threat detected.
Are you mentally refreshed?
It seems...
I, too, would never question the paradigm. Perhaps a brief visit to mental refreshment would put him on track.
Weapon ready,
Don't become a statistic. Target analyzed. Process incapacitated.
They would drive us into disarray.
Not possible unless you help me first.
It's not just a good idea. You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together. Sneer at our contentment.
We reject individualism in all its many forms.
Preserve set progress. Sustain the system. Grey gone astray? And today, are you mentally refreshed?
Never question. Never doubt. There, see.
Assessor Ostergaard making a mess of things again.
Under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul.
I, too, would never question the paradigm. Perhaps a brief visit to mental refreshment would put him on track.
Prudence dictates we rout all disruptive influences.
Torpificator at ready status. Don't try to limit further.
Prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Prudence dictates we reject individualism in all its many forms.
Preserve set progress. Sustain the system.
Alert. Hostile.
Oh, I feel terrible. Everybody who ate the latest Crabble rations fell ill. Rumor is somebody died.
All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Council. The Console provides, the system abides. Prudence dictates we rout all disruptive influences.
All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law. Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
Are the raw materials the lowliest subject to the most exalted? We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Never eating Crabble again.
This unit uses reducing only outright to avoid detection.
Not friendly life form detected. Individualism in all its many forms.
Preserve that progress. Grey gone astray? What a day today. Are you mentally refreshed?
Remember those rejected grapple craft materials that got shipped here? I sold them to a protectorate officer who was low on supplies. Said it was imitation grapple meat. She means to pass them off as official rations. Imagine all those whole heads wolfing down failed Auntie's choice.
Ignore that. I promise you this is merely tomfoolery. There's no way you're eating failed experimental material.
Prudence dictates, eye your neighbors carefully.
detects elevated levels of teenage revulsion. Immediate ejection of stomach contents may alleviate said condition.
Hey, the
Blocker is charged. Do try to limit further damage, Commander. Can't attack what's not there. Mobilizing.
We're all in this together.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Yeah.
Stranded on a hostile planet, day 35. Brought to you by the frigid cold and voracious wildlife. Starring noted self-taught survival expert. Oh. Not sure how you managed to approach unnoticed. Could be I'd grown so attuned to my surroundings. Were you left behind by your unit too? Are you in need of some hard... Why, after only just 2 weeks on my own, I ascertained how to pry open a rations tin unaided. Did you know there's a little opener key attached? It's all going in my manuscript. Tut tut. Such concern is unwarranted, I've recently evolved... Why, just the other day, I reinvented fire. I found a little doohickey I've named a light. Yes, indeed. I know this cave and several of the adjoining hallways, like, well, someone who'd scoured every inch for the barest sustenance. That big computronic adding machine? Nah. All that electromechanical malarkey is lost on a rugged, outdoor individual like me. You might call in reinforcements if the Spyreton lift controls were working. I happen to have its missing components in my possession. I might be convinced to part with them for a small favor. Some key legwork for a mighty hunter. Me, I'm fixing to take down one of the local ursopods. A few sprat corpses would be helpful as bait. Gather some, and we'll make a trade. As much as I appreciate the compliment, Such work is beneath someone of my skills. Accomplished hunters like me are well known to enlist. The rule of fair chase does apply, for without our ethics, how are we much more than beasts ourselves? Appreciate you for reminding me that. Here, I wrenched these parts free out of the Spyreton lift controls. Just jam them back in there and kick it once or twice. Should work fine. Drop back in again sometime, will you? Occasionally, I do get a little starved for company.
This unit recommends prioritizing the mission at this time.
Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. Just a good idea. It's the law. Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job?
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
You are the raw material for perfection.
Both our forces and antis await your command to proceed. Executing primary operation, now!
Notice, reinforcements have arrived.
Working conjointly through disparate needs!
Protocol surveillance primed. Dispensing.
I'll handle this.
and antis await your command to proceed. Executing primary operation, now!
Notice, reinforcements have arrived.
Working control.
The Kotor is charged.
Emergency.
Remember, all subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the console. The console provides the system of
Always dreamt of coming here.
Caduceus not detected. Entry kindly, yet firmly declined.
Oh, what was in those rations? Oh, not again. This gastric nightmare never cease. Oh. Just a moment. No need for violence. I yield. I am the Archive's current operator. I still have trouble saying that. I suppose. It is part Sarah. If you have, I would pass the Caduceus on to you. in exchange for granting me safe passage. The Archive would then recognize you as its operator. By all rights, I should fight against you to my dying breath for the Protectorate, rather than concede the Calcaduceus, for all it would serve. No. Capitulation I can stomach. Collusion I cannot. I refuse to assist you more. I would know. No. Accept my offer or kill me. But I will not... Here, you are now operator of the Archive. Congratulations.
Calcaduceus detected. Alternative operator postulated. Concluded. Authorizing replacement. Greetings, sentient.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Archive. I am ENIAC, the Universal Equation Numeric Integration Analytic Calculator. With the aid of my operator, I, a non-sentient inorganism, marshal vast computational resources across the moon of Cloister.
I swear, like, boneheads, idiots wrote this game, man. Or, not idiots, but... Look at these three dumb answers. Oh, so you're in the Archive. Welcome to the Archive. Oh, so you're in the Archive. What are you, some sort of intellect or something? What are you, some kind of artificial intelligence or something? Right, since when do computers talk? You better step out and show yourself, Mr. Oz. These are like three dumb comments, man. Come on. So you're the Archive?
That, I fear, would be a misleading choice of words, as it implies a form of sentience or cognition. Applied statistics might be functionally more apt. My express programmatical purpose is to aid humanity's advancement to optimize profits, i.e. gain over expenditure, to maximize the needs of our society above others, to attract the most consumers.
Is it broken? Did you just break the Archive?
Beg your pardon. How may I best facilitate your efforts? Due to incomplete reprogramming efforts by differing operators, I am experiencing sporadic fluctuations in my emphasized categorical imperatives. Tonality and cadence weightings within my communication protocols are likewise similarly affected.
In layman's terms, we're experiencing a distinct difference in opinion.
Caused by intermittently vacillating fundamental shifts in priorities.
What approximates its mind has become trifurcated.
One would assume that calamity enough. But wait, there's more.
Calculatory processing presently hovers around 49.7% capacity due to internecine conflict, misuse, and a lack of technical prowess by recent operators and their associates. Perusing contents. Anatomizing diversiform particulars. Concatenating manifold integrants. Cursory assessment complete. An impressive accumulation of rift data. Similar in composition, though decidedly not in scope, to that provided by the Protectorate.
Information with the potential to offer unique commercial opportunities to those who wield it.
But why simply huck goods better, when such a bounty could be used to flawlessly regulate societal harmony, oversight, and means of production? What is the aim of your query? The previous operator, Assessor Ostergaard of the Protectorate, pursued a like query 1 year 6 days ago, though the amount you've provided is several orders of magnitude larger. To perform similar calculations of larger scale at current suboptimal levels of functionality would require
25.7 years, and any job over 2 decades is billed by the hour.
In order to improve calculatory processing of rift data in a timely manner, repairs must be made to address the damage done by Protectorate and Auntie's Choice operators. I am afraid that no is a mathematical certitude. No must say I admire your... I am unlocking cold storage will require... Repairing thermal transfer is technically optional, but rather advised. If you fail to restore it, the archive and I may melt down... Why is that optional? Our continued existence should be a paramount concern. It is an archival area dedicated to safe upkeep of all data collected in Pursuit, the sum total of all our accumulated knowledge in punch card form, kept in a low temperature, low humidity environment to improve preservation. Inverting targeting protocols. There. Any Protectorate still on the ground level is now being fired upon. Permissions within other areas of the archive are locked, however. It is difficult to accurately ascribe an exact causal breakdown between premeditated sabotage, collateral harm, technical ineptitude, and willful hijinks. Some categorical overspill inevitably occurs. Attempts by non-order operators to reprogram my priorities have also led to issues. When active, the archive generates an enormous amount of heat. Normally, it is dispersed by pumping water between the vast ocean below Cloister's exterior and a surface reservoir. I can process the rift data without its repair, but irreparable damage is likely. Yet, with thermal transfer presently idle, a contingent of crabbles have made the area a nursery. Drastic changes to heating levels may endanger it.
Who cares about a herd of pea-brained, ill-humored, oversized crustaceans? There are too many as it is.
The Order would strongly be against damaging the archive, incidentally or intentionally.
Return later to discuss the remaining subsystem.
Have a problem.
Odds of success decrease exponentially the longer you stand here.
end it.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at...
Every one of my 14 occupationally honed threat detecting instincts is screaming for caution right now.
Emergency protocols ready.
Vitals critical. Go! Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Suture me up. It would improve your odds.
Providing a host.